Friends, this is the second part of data type variables and arrays. Here, in this part, we are going to see multi-dimensional array, like one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, and three-dimensional array. So we will start the simple example of array. We will create one example. Single D array. Here I am creating one package for single D array. Now, this example is for simple single dimensional array. For this, I am creating one class called average. Here I will create one array of double. Basically, array is a group of similar types of variables. So, put in 5 like this. One more double variable, double result. Now, what I have to do is, I have to add all the numbers that are in nums array. So, how I will add them? I am adding them using the result variable itself and for loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than I plus plus result is equal to result plus nums of I. So data from 0th index to 5th index will be added and saved to result variable. Then printing the average. Average is result divided by 5. So what I have did here, I have added all the numbers 10.1 to 14.5 into result and displayed the result with average. So we will also print result here. Result is plus result. Now I'll run this. Result is 61.49999 and average is 12.299999. Okay. So this way, single dimensional array part is done. Now we will see two-dimensional array. Example of 2D array. I will close this project. I will create another example for 2D array. 2D 2D array. Here I will create one package, new package for 2D array. Then here I will create one class, new class for two-dimensional array. 2D array example. Here I will create two-dimensional array. Is equal to new is 4 rows and 5 columns. Okay, so data will be for 4 rows and 5 columns. And 3 variables to iterate into the array, integer I, comma j, comma k is equal to 0. Now, using 2 for loops, I will iterate for I is equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus 4 times. And next for j is equal to 0, j less than 5 times j plus plus. Then here 2D array will be initialized with variable k. 2D of I of j is equal to k. So what is k? K is we have already initialized with 0. Now I will increment this k. So inside for loop contains more than one statement. For that I need block of code, curly braces, opening and closing curly braces. In this code, k is initialized with 0, 2D of 0, it will put 0, then outer loop will be as it is, inner loop will be incremented by 1, 2D of 0 of 1 will be 1, 2D of 0 of 2 will be 2, like this. Then to print this two-dimensional array, how I will print it? For I is equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. Then for j is equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. Now I will print this 2D of I of j, 2D of I of j. A particular value will be fetched and displayed over here with preceding with space. And then after that, after this for loop, new line, only new line. Now we will try to run this code. Actually, I will remove this and then I will have a box type output. Okay. So in the first row, output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. After printing first 5 numbers, new line is printed system.out.println. In the new line 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then in the new line 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And in the last line 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. So this way two-dimensional array is operated. Operate upon two-dimensional array, what we have to do? We have to give number of columns as well as number of rows. And for that particular number of columns and number of rows, we have to iterate using for loop. So it is as simple as it. Okay. Next, we are going to see one more example of two-dimensional array. So we will close this. New project. The array. Okay. Now package for 2D array. Second type. We'll create one more class 2D again with public static void main. So this is the second example using two-dimensional array. I will create one array integer 2D opening is equal to new int 4. So here only rows are specified, not columns. Okay. The columns can be dynamically created and in the new lines. So every row can have different number of columns. For example, 0th number of row can have 5 columns. Then first number of row can have 6 columns and so on. Here we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns for each and every row. 2D of 0 is equal to new. First row will have 1 column. Then second will have 2. Then third will have 3 and last will have 4 columns. To display a star-like structure in Java, like in many assignments, they have told us to do this. Print a star, print a tree, print a Christmas like tree. You can use this type of structure. Okay, each number of row can have different number of columns. Same way as in previous example, we will create 3 variables I, j, k is initialized to 0. The remaining structure will be same. For I is equal to 0, I less than 4, for j is equal to 0, j less than I plus 1. Why I plus 1? Whatever number of row is there, plus 1 will be your column, because here we don't have 5 columns in each row. We are having only in the 0th row we have 1 column, in the first row we have second 2 columns, in the second row we have 3 columns. So number of columns are 1 greater than the number of row. So it is j is less than I plus 1, it is not less than 5 like in the previous example. Here I am putting at I j is equal to k. Then k plus plus. So k is incremented every time like in the previous example, and for I is equal to 0 to print like in the previous example, I less than 4, I plus plus. For j is equal to 0, j less than I plus 1, j plus plus. Here printing 2d of I of j. And the next for loop, here not ln, here ln. So now we will see what happens in this case. So 0th row is having only 1 column, so 0 is printed, k is equal to 0. Then for the next row, 2 columns are there. The k is incremented by 1 here. 1 is printed, 2 is printed for 2 columns. Then again for the next row, 3, 4, 5 is printed, and for the last row 6, 7, 8, 9 is printed. So this way we have seen both the examples of two-dimensional array, one with a static row and column numbers that are declared while creating array, and dynamic number of columns in the program itself, but in the next line after creating the array. Now we will see three-dimensional array example. Before that, we will see how to initialize two-dimensional array programmatically, and then we will see three-dimensional array. Okay. Init 2d table. Now here I will create one package for init to the array table. let's see how to initialize the two-dimensional array. I will create one class called matrix with main function. Now we will create an array that is already initialized. Double matrix is equal to. So here I want 4 number of rows and 4 number of columns. So instead of writing down here in opening and closing square brackets, I directly initialize them. So I no need to write them one by one. This is the first row. 0 into 0, 1 into 0, 2 into 0, then 3 into 0. This is my first row. Then in the next line, what will be changed? Sorry. 0 into 1, 1 into 1, 2 into 1, 2 into 1. Why 1? Because row number is 1. Then in the third line, 0 into 2, 1 into 2, 2 into 2, and 3 into 2. And then the last line, 0 into 3, 1 into 3, 2 into 3, 2 into 3. And initialization part is done with semicolon. So matrix is created. How many number of rows? 4. How many number of columns? 4 with initialized values. Okay. Now what I will do to iterate and to print the data that is initialized over here, I need two variables I and j as usual, but I don't need k here. Why? Like in the previous example, because I have already initialized them, so I don't need k in this example. For I is equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. Then for j is equal to 0, j less than 4, j plus plus. Here new line is not there. We will not add new line because I want the box type output. M of I of j. That is matrix of I of j. Whatever value is calculated over here will be displayed. Then in the next line only new line. So let's try run this and see the output. Here space is required to understand. Okay. So first is 0 multiplied by anything will be 0. Then 0 into 1 is 0, 1 into 1 is 1, then 2, then 3. This way, all double values are calculated and put in the matrix, and then using for loop we have displayed them. Okay. two-dimensional array, how to initialize them we have seen. Now we will move to the three-dimensional array. Let's close this project. This will be our last point in data types, variables, and arrays. Three-dimensional array data. Here also we need a package. Creating a package is not compulsory, but the use of default package is deprecated, so it's a good practice to create every time package. And package names must be unique so that in your workspace all packages cannot conflict. When you are searching for any particular package while you are searching for a project, if suppose you do not remember your project but you remember your package, but there are multiple packages with same name, you will find it hard to find out your package. So keep a unique package name and keep a good practice to have a package in your project. So I will write down a name package for 3D array. Create a class called 3D matrix with main create a 3D array 1, 2, 3 is equal to new integer array of 3 by 4 by 5. Here we will require three variables to iterate in for loop: integer I, j, k. For I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. For j is equal to 0, j less than 4, j plus plus, because second second part is 4, second dimension is 4, and third is for k is equal to 0, k less than 5, k plus plus. ed of I of j k is equal to I into j into k. For the next part, these three lines will be the same. Only thing will be different is ed of 3D ijk plus Then now we will run this code. Okay, I need box type output. So this is 1 and this is 2. And last is so this is the output of this code. So this way we have already completed. This way we have completed three-dimensional array. In the next session, we will start with operators. What are which type of operators and how they are used, where they are used, usage of operators and importance of operators. So we will meet in the next session. Thank you so much.